Hi, welcome replay viewers, welcome live viewers. If you're watching on the web, Twitter, Apple TV, Periscope, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi Alicia, so appreciate you. Hi Rena, I started a few minutes early. Hi Dulce Coca, hi Cheryl, hi Tamashian, thank you for sharing. Hey, how you guys doing? So you see me wrapped up out here. So yes, it's cold. I am in Chicago. Yes, I am, Alicia. I am. Hi, See Will Inspire. Welcome. Hey, Nicole. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Hey, everyone. Peace. Hey. Hey, well, I know you said you want to scope with your kids today. So, hey, 19 degrees. Yes, Nicole. It is lovely, balmy 19 degrees. Haven't left the house. Was warned. I don't blame you. But I'm not in Chicago for that long, so I can't stay in the house forever. So I want to show you guys Pullman Park National Monument. And it's the first of its kind because it is outside of Chicago. So the south side, this is Arcade Park. Over there is the Green Church. This was a community that was built by George Pullman of the Pullman cars. Pullman Palace cars, and this is Arcade Park. That is the Florence Hotel. And so let's see. The coldest place. I know Chicago is cold. So Pullman, Illinois. So this was his complex factory, and he built, so this is the Hotel Florence, this is Arcade Park where we're standing, but he owned all of this. He had banks. He built a high school. He built like a utopian community here. And this is what it looked like. So this is Pullman in 1886. And it says the landscape architect Nathan F. Barnett designed Arcade Park with a blend of formal and naturalistic elements. The Pullman Land Association, 1880 to 1909, required more than 300 employees to maintain its parks and gardens. 300 people to maintain this park. Wow. The 1910s, the company ceased involvement in Arcade Park. Today, the historic Pullman Garden Club maintains the flower beds in conjunction with the Chicago Park District. So they had livery stables. Oh, so that's what that building is over there. It's a gas station. No, it's an auto station, but that used to be where the horses were kept over there. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. And so we're going to walk over to the Florence Hotel. So the visitor center is closed now, but you can come and get a stamp at the visitor center. Oh, and I want to show you guys this mural real quick over here of the workers. So what George Pullman did was he brought in laborers from England and Scotland to work here, and they were big drinkers, but George Pullman didn't believe in drinking, so he tried to restrict, well, he did. There was like no alcohol consumption allowed, no meetings, home station to auto station. Horse station, auto station, how appropriate. That's true, Will. I didn't think about that. So these are the workers working in the factory. This is a mural here that's on the visitor center. And George Pullman very much tried to control the workers and their environment. So he had, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 black families that lived here. The rest of the black families settled near downtown Chicago, near 12th Street Station. Thank you for sharing that, Rena. And so this is the Florence Hotel, and I believe it's named for his daughter. So we're going to go over to the sign, and then I'll walk you all guys over to the monument. So Obama came last year and designated, he turned this from a, what do you call it? Well, he made it into a national monument. So I think before it was just a historic landmark. and now it's a national monument. So this is the Florence Hotel. Okay, so the Pullman 1894 strike, Memorial Rose and Herb Garden, which is too cold to have one of those right now. So that is not what's here. So the town of Pullman was one of the first and most important planned industrial communities in America. George Mortimer Pullman believed that beautiful surroundings would have a refining influence on workers. So he created this. And then, let's see. The town of Pullman was widely acclaimed and generally thrived until the nationwide depression of 1893. Although the Pullman Palace Car Company accepted contracts at a loss in order to keep as many workers employed as possible, 1/3 of the workforce was laid off. So he had people living all these houses. He laid them off, but he did not start charging them for rent, gas, or electricity. Now, isn't that crazy? So you lay people off, and then they still have to pay, you know, rent. And he owned everything. He owned this entire community. So he laid them off, and then they decided to strike because they still had to pay. So that's what's so crazy. So the members, on the morning of May 11th, 1894, the Pullman workers walked off the job. And because of the Pullman strike, they had to get the federal government involved and to appease the workers and to get them back to work. Yeah, to appease them and to get them back to work. They created Labor Day. So we celebrate Labor Day because of the Pullman strike. And we all know about, what is his name? I think it's, well, the Pullman Porters were organized because of the strike as well. And A. Philip Randolph, he organized the strikers. So yeah, so they lived in these buildings, and he controlled their every environment. They had one newspaper, he controlled that. I mean, he was pretty much a dictator is what he was, but he created this utopia. That was his idea, to create a utopia. And so he charged them, I mean, they had to pay for maintenance of these homes. So these are historic Pullman homes here. So they had to pay to have these maintained by the community. They paid electric. Yeah, it was. And so these are historic Pullman homes. And so red, I believe, and green were like the industrial colors at that time. And so these were cheap colored paints. So that's why the buildings are painted red and green, is because that's what was cheap and available. So in those days. So everything is red and green. Everything is red and green. So I'm going to take you all around to the monument. And so Michelle Obama's, the first lady's, her grandfather was a Pullman porter. And that is why this community, which is located on the south side of Chicago, is so important, because her grandfather was a Pullman porter. And I mean, back then, that was a very, very prestigious job, and a lot of men took great pride in being Pullman porters. So I'm going to walk over to the monument, and I'm going to show you guys that. This is more of the Florence Hotel. The Obamas are awesome. So much history. Yes, they are. They are. Yeah, they're Southsiders, which is really cool. So President Obama said that when he first came to Chicago and started organizing, working as an activist, he worked in a church across from what used to be Mendel High School. I forgot what the name of it is now. But there's a high school down there, over that way, under the viaduct. And so he said he rode past this every day. And I mean, I did too for years. So I mean, it's a very well-known landmark to people on the south side of Chicago. And so this is where the factory was located. And this is what's left of it. So I'm going to read the signs over here. And I'll show you pictures of what it looked like back in the day. Oh my goodness, it is cold. Okay, sleeping parlor, tourist car service, railroad business. I never visited, always drove through. Well, you gotta stop by. The visitor center is not open now. It'll be back open probably April, May. So this is a picture of the factory in 1883. And this is the famous the Palace car. So it was the first luxury car built at its time. And there's also a Pullman Porter Museum not far from here as well. So this is known as the Pullman campus. And this is 1891. You can see the workers coming out of the factory to walk across the street and go home probably. But yeah. But his utopia crumbled because of the strike, and that's why we have Labor Day. And the Pullman Porters were organized, and they created their union as well, the Pullman Porter Union. So I'm going to take you around to the front. But I think it's awesome that we have a national monument in Chicago, and it's on the south side. So that's wonderful. So so when George Pullman came, he didn't live in this community. He lived off of downtown Chicago. Yeah, south side, yes. So he lived off of downtown Chicago. Have been to Chicago, never seen this. Well, it's in the hood. So you just gotta come south. It's at 111th and Cottage Grove. And it's not even really like listed on the National Park Service because a lot of the materials are outdated. Good stuff, okay. We love the hood, don't we? Of course we do. From the hood. So I'm gonna take you guys around to the front. So over here are the railroad tracks that the trains ran on, and the Amtrak comes by here. So a lot of people take the Amtrak and it will stop, and then they get a history lesson, and then, you know, they'll go on to New Orleans or wherever they're gonna go. And it leaves from Union Station, downtown Chicago. So that's where you can see it. Yeah, because I did the same shit. So, told you I'm in the hood. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So this is the tower. I'm trying to stay warm. I love the hood women too. Who is that? Oh, that's too funny. Oh my God. Last time when I came, I was the first travel writer to take a tour after President Obama made it into a national monument. And I came here and it was so cold that my iPhone stopped working. So I don't know, I seem to come when it's cold out here, but oh well. So this is the front of it. So this is Chicago's first national monument, and it's on the south side of Chicago. But actually this neighborhood, the Pullman neighborhood, is a mixed community. Yeah, it is cold. Yeah. So the Pullman neighborhood is a mixed community. So both blacks, whites, and Hispanics, Latinos live in Pullman. So it's not just, even though it's on the south side, dealing with that cold in Jersey today. Yeah, it must be cold everywhere, huh? So I'm gonna give you guys, there you go. Now you can see it. So get some screenshots. Thank you. Thanks, Alicia. Get some screenshots of the monument. Chicago's National Monument. Thank you so much. How am I for time, Rena? I can't feel my fingers anymore. You guys get screenshots yet? I'm at time? Okay. So everybody follow Rena. Rena's up next. Put us some emojis. Follow Rena. She's going to take over. And I'm going to go warm up. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. And we are going to continue to share Black history. Yes. So this is part of Black history. So follow Rena. There she is with the emojis. There she goes with the emojis.